boys. We're back again.
Hello, Rich. Yes, soon comes round.
It does.
Good evening.
You okay? You well? You well, Mr. Fletcher?
Yes, I'd say so.
Yeah, you all right?
Fighting
Steve?
fit. Fighting fit.
Okay. I believe you've lined another good interview for us tonight, haven't you,
I
Steve?
have indeed, yes. We've got Mr. Russell Gray this evening having a chat with us.
That's good, isn't it?
Wow, what a name.
Yeah. So, we'll dial in now then.
Rightio.
Hello.
Hello, Russell. It's Steve.
Hang on. Hello.
Hi, how are you doing?
I'm good. How are you doing?
Great, thank you. Thank you for spending the time with us this evening. I've got
Not
Rich,
at all.
I've got Rich and Doug, my two compatriots with the Brass Monkeys here.
Good evening, Russell.
Good evening, Russell.
Good evening. Good evening.
Thank you very much for doing this. It's great.
Not at all. It's a great pleasure. Thanks for inviting me.
Yeah, no problem at all. I want to start off because you're one of my heroes, to be honest. I'm a cornet player, and
Oh, bless you.
I just wanted to know what got you started on God's instrument then.
Well, my father used to play before I was even born. Actually, he was a trumpet player, and I actually never heard him playing, but I knew he had a trumpet in the attic in the house. And I was very lucky when I was at primary school that they actually had an orchestra.
Oh, wow.
So when one of the trumpet players graduated to secondary school, there was a gap in the orchestra, and it gave me the perfect excuse to get my dad to dig out the trumpet in the attic.
Oh wow!
And I started on that when I was 9 years old.
Oh wow! That's 2 years older than when I started.
Yeah.
Ah, right.
Yeah, but again, my dad persuaded me as well because he used to
Oh,
play
really?
years ago. Yeah, and that's how I got
Wow.
started. So it's nice to know that.
Well, I didn't really persuade my dad more than I persuaded him
Right.
to
Oh,
get
right.
into the
Yeah.
attic and find the instrument. So I was always curious.
Oh, that's a nice way, yeah.
That's a nice way to start,
Yeah.
isn't it?
Because I think
Absolutely.
I was like most other people. I was sort of dragged there under false
Oh, right,
pretenses
yeah.
without knowing what I was letting myself in for. So yes,
Yes, of course.
and the rest is history.
That's sometimes the way.
Yes.
That's the mostly the way it happens.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, the three of us grew up together in the band. Really, that's how we started. And that's how we met originally, didn't we?
Yes.
It was.
So we've been doing it
Awesome.
ever since.
So which bands are you involved with?
Well, me and Douglas both play for Royal Buckley.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, in good old North Wales.
Yes.
And Steve, of course, is El Presidente of Holywell. You're not
Yes.
playing at the moment, are you,
No, I'm
Steve?
not playing at the moment, but they've got me as the president, so I keep me ear to the ground, if nothing else.
Right.
So this came about really when we just talking about our banding together and all the years we played, and we just thought we'd try and do a podcast, and that's how we started
Right.
really, and it's grown from that.
Fantastic.
And we want to try and promote as much as we can of banding and get it going again, you know. And talking to like you would hopefully help that, you know.
We're an endangered species, aren't we?
We are.
It's
unfortunately.
sadly looking that way, you know, but with guests like yourself, Russell, you know, we are hoping to get this podcast out there, and people will be very, very interested. With all of your experience, they'll be very, very interested to hear about all of your involvement in brass banding and orchestras as well.
Yeah, so I suppose the other one is, I suppose after sort of, school and secondary school, where did you go then? Was it straight to uni or?
Well, kind of, yes. I was definitely. I always had my eyes set on playing with one of the sort of named bands south of the border.
Yes.
So I kind of, because I was principal cornet with the Scottish Youth Band, Jeffrey Brand was the conductor
Ah, right.
at the
okay.
time,
Yeah.
and he was the musical director at Fairies.
Yes.
And the principal cornet before me at the National Youth Band was a guy called Neil Smith, who was at the time playing Bumper Up with
Yes.
Fairies, and an ex principal cornet of the Clydebank Borough Band, which is the band I was playing with at the time, was also playing at Fairies, and that's Jimmy Leggett,
Oh,
who's
oh
just
right.
had his concert
Yeah,
the
he's
other
only
day
just
there.
he's only just hung up his mouthpiece, hasn't he? Yes.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
So he was an ex-principal cornet of my band. So I always thought that destiny would
Yeah.
take care of things, and I would end up either at Salford or the Royal Northern
Yes, sure.
and playing with Fairies. My ultimate goal as a teenager was to play with the Black Dyke Band.
Yeah.
And I remember I was parachuted into a Whitburn rehearsal one night. I think I must have been 16 or something like that. I was playing principal with Whitburn, and Philip McCann was doing the rehearsal. So they asked me to come in because they had a space
Yes.
just to fill the band up. And Philip, immediately after the rehearsals, asked me what my plans were. And I said, well, I'm thinking of Manchester and Fairies. And he said, why don't you think of Huddersfield and Dyke?
Dyke, yeah.
I thought, well,
Wow,
there's
yeah.
a choice.
Yeah.
All right then.
So
Wow.
I pursued that dream, and I ended up having lessons with Philip in Huddersfield and playing with Dyke.
Yeah.
Wow.
Fantastic.
And at that age as
So
well.
that was 16, was it, Russell? You were 16 then?
That was 16 when I met Philip, and I moved to England when I was 17, and I joined Black Dyke on my 18th birthday.
Wow. That's not a bad 18th birthday, is it?
No, not
It's one
bad
to
at all.
remember.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So were you there for a while then, or how many years were you?
I was there for a couple of years, and in that time, of course, you learn your trade. And that was the band that had been together for, 20 years. That was Peter Parks,
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
Derek Broadbent,
Yeah.
Philip McCann on principal cornet, John Clough on solo euphonium, Kevin Crockford, who's
Wow.
still hitting the high notes,
Yeah.
on soprano. I ended up sitting next to him on ripiano.
Yeah.
So it was a really good school to learn the trade
Yes.
as a player.
Yes, indeed.
Definitely good
A
company.
lot of tradition, a lot of good practice,
Yes.
and great concerts.
Yeah. So you can't really beat that one, can you?
No.
That's amazing.
It's almost like starting at the top.
Kind of, yeah. I was very lucky,
Oh,
really
yeah,
lucky,
wow.
knowing the right people.
So did you? So university? Did you go? Which one did you go to?
That was Huddersfield.
Huddersfield. Yeah. Sorry, I
yeah.
thought that's what you said.
That's
Yeah.
that's where I studied my playing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Who were the brass teachers there at the time, Russell?
Well, Philip was my teacher on cornet, and Geoffrey Witham was the euphonium teacher. David James, also the trumpet player, he was
Wow.
conducting
No way.
Grindthorpe at the time.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
I had a bit of tuition from him.
Oh my God, that's
Wow.
not
You know,
bad, is it?
But even at school, my first teacher was Nigel Boddice, who was
Yeah.
at the time principal trumpet with the BBC Scottish Symphony Orchestra. And he was my first conductor.
Yeah.
And my regular every week private lesson was Geoffrey Bolt, who was the third trumpet player with the Symphony Orchestra, but he had the position of principal cornet with the Symphony Orchestra.
Yeah.
And then I had 2 lessons at school on top of that, which was Gordon Campbell, who went to play principal trombone with the BBC Big Band. And my second teacher at school was Alan Pash, who was the principal trombone of the Scottish Opera.
Right.
So all the way from 12
Yes.
years old, I was having lessons from people that really were at the top of the business.
Yes.
Wow.
Must make such a difference from,
So-
everybody on top of the game, aren't they then?
Yeah, and you must have enjoyed it
Yeah.
all, that experience. It must have been great, playing with those
It,
people.
it was fabulous, and at the time in the mid '70s, to be able to have free brass tuition, free music lessons
Yes.
at school, and I got 2 of them because I was singled out as being
Yes.
talented at
Yeah.
this.
Yeah.
So I was allowed to skip lessons and go and have
To double up,
more
yeah.
more music. Yeah.
Absolutely fantastic.
Absolutely incredible.
Yes.
But I suppose that was like a grounding for where you are today, really. I suppose, isn't it? Having all that.
It kind of was, and brass bands was always the choice. I started on trumpet and found that as a 12-year-old, I was playing in wind bands and an orchestra, and I was getting bored, basically,
Yeah.
sitting, counting 400 bars rest and coming in and playing 3 notes and then waiting for everybody else to catch up.
Yeah.
Playing in a brass band was engaging. The parts were more involved. I was playing all the time.
Yeah.
It was just more fun. And I think I focused on that more than anything. So the cornet stuck.
Yeah.
So after Black Dyke, you played for Leyland, didn't you? Weren't you principal at Leyland at some stage?
I
seem to
was,
remember.
yeah. I left Dyke. Philip went to play principal cornet with Dyke, and he was a great teacher. I learned a huge amount from him. I had 1 hour's tuition from him every week, and then he asked me if I would go and sit next to him at Leyland, and play assistant principal with him. And I think that's probably the biggest compliment a teacher can give a student is
Absolutely.
Yes,
to ask
absolutely.
them to bump them up in the bands. So I learned a lot sitting next to him, and that was 4 hours a week doing that job plus concerts.
Yes.
And we shared a car
Right.
from
so we're
Huddersfield to
talking.
Leyland
Yeah.
twice
So-
a week. So that was another 4 hours of sitting next to my teacher.
Yeah.
So I had like at least 9 hours a week with him
Yeah.
for a couple of years. So I learned a lot. And then ultimately I wanted my own principal cornet seat. So I left Leyland and looked around, and I ended up with Foden's for 9 months with Howard Snell. And then after Foden's, I moved to Leyland again. Philip had gone to Fairies, and there was a seat, and I took up the principal cornet seat at Leyland, and
Right.
that was a fun 7
Yes.
years for me.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. So I mean, you would have been in Foden's was Sandbach way, wasn't it, in Cheshire?
That's right.
Yeah.
Yes. There was a Britannia Building Society band
Yeah.
Wow.
at the
yes,
time.
Of course,
Yeah,
yeah.
I remember
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Yes. And was it Leyland Vehicles as well?
Yeah. Yeah. I don't
It was
know.
Leyland Daff.
Was it
Yeah.
Leyland Daff? Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So 7 years you were there. So obviously you enjoyed that, and then I suppose
I think it was 7.
did you naturally then go into conducting, or were you conducting before that, or?
Well, nothing lasts forever, and I got to the end of my time at Leyland, and I just felt there was a shift in the mood in the band, and my relationship with Richard Evans changed. I ended up latterly, I was his assistant conductor at Leyland. Around about 94, we won the British Open, and then the following year we came nowhere, and then we were second at the British Open, and I was sort of helping him, not as practically standing in front of the band conducting, but more rehearsal preparation and support.
Yeah.
And I think we had a few ideas that were different from each other. So the relationship went a little bit south, and I ended up being removed or taken off principal at Leyland. And at the time, Leyland were positioned number 1 in the world rankings.
Oh, weird.
So looking for another band to go to, every other band in that sort of sphere they had a principal cornet, and I wasn't going to go and say, look, move such and such so I can come in. You don't do that. So there really wasn't anywhere for me to go. And then I was offered a position in Stavanger in Norway.
Oh wow!
To go and play principal cornet with them, and really that evolved into me being their resident conductor, which was kind of my first serious position as a conductor.
And not a bad place to live.
No, it was lovely. It was lovely, and I really learned a lot. Jim Gourley was the professional conductor at the time.
Yeah.
And I worked a little bit with Frank Renton, and then Philip McCann came over and did some work with the band, and I learned a lot.
Yes.
About conducting and rehearsal techniques and that sort of thing. So that's kind of the evolution. The cornet took second place. I played principal with them at contests, but was their resident conductor all the other time.
So do you still play now? now and again?
I do.
or
I am
you
still
do?
playing.
Good,
Yes.
yeah.
I'm less in shape right at the moment, but my plans are to, I'm approaching. I'll be 60 in a couple of years, and I'm thinking, whoa, if I don't actually turn my attention to my playing again at some point before it's too late, then I'll never play again. So I'm planning on touring as a soloist
Oh,
and
wow.
getting
Wow,
myself in
yeah.
shape
Yeah.
properly. I did a CD of Arban solos on
Yeah, I remember that one, yeah.
Arban's
Yeah, yeah.
Courtois cornet.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, when I went back to Foden's in 2018, I was reintroduced to that cornet because it found its way into their museum.
Yeah.
And I said, "Oh, I recognise that." And Mark Wilkinson said, "Oh yeah, that's the Arban cornet that I recorded on it." Oh, so I said, "Can I borrow it?" And of course you can. So I've because I recorded that CD on the cornet as it was without any modernization or any work done
Yeah.
on it. But I thought, you know, that would be nice to play on again properly and tour with it.
Yeah.
Do some Arban solos and play my Yamaha cornet as well, just to show the difference between technology then and now. They're very different animals. So Yamaha are getting this cornet roadworthy for me.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, excellent.
And I'm going to start touring. So I'm looking at 2027.
Oh, wow.
Taking the cornet with me and playing properly again.
Well, make
That'll
sure
be
you
fun.
come to North Wales.
Yeah.
Well, I'll be looking. I'm planning already a tour in America, Australia, New Zealand, Europe, Japan,
Oh, wow.
and of course the UK. So it'll be a sort of worldwide
Literally the
global
world, isn't it?
event
Yeah,
that
yeah.
will take.
Oh, well.
It'll take me a year or two to do,
Do that tour, yeah.
Well, best of luck with that one.
but
That'll be
I'll
good.
be in touch. I'd love to come to North Wales.
Yeah, I mean, if we can promote it our
Yes.
way for
Oh,
you,
yes.
we'll do that for you
Yeah.
all day
Awesome.
long. So,
As we
Thank
are
you.
now.
yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
So, that's your project going forward, is it? Is that where we are at the moment, or you've
Well,
got
as
other things
a
in there?
player, the conducting career is always ongoing. So I just think before I get too old and my fingers stop working, I think I'll get myself playing again properly because it's nice. I'm humbled that you remember me as a cornet player. That's lovely.
Oh,
'Cause
definitely,
most
yeah.
people in the band world think of me as a conductor because that's pretty much all they know me as.
Yeah. No, I knew you were a good,
Yeah.
not a bad cornet player.
I struggled through.
And I
I was,
remember...
I was just talking to my wife today. We were reminiscing, and it was 2014 was the last British Open I played at with
Dear me.
Milnrow Band.
Wow.
And she conducted.
Yeah.
That was
yeah.
I played principal cornet that day.
Wow. What did you play? What was the test piece?
That's a very good question. It was the Comitas piece. What was that? Started with it was variations on a theme. The bass started bomb, bomb, beam, ba ba beam, bomb, bomb. That was the
Do you recognise
opening
that, Steve?
statement.
It'll get... just a minute.
You've quizzed him now. He's going to be looking for.
Quick Google search.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I can't do it that way. Yeah, somebody will be as we're... Yeah.
So-
Somebody will let us know.
Yeah.
I can't remember the piece.
2014, you said that was, yeah?
2014.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was. But that's a long time ago.
Yeah, it is.
It is.
Yeah, time goes, doesn't
No.
it? That's the thing.
Yeah.
Can I
really does.
just ask you, Russell, how did you find the switch from conducting brass bands to conducting orchestrally? There's a lot more variety of instruments there, isn't there? And
There is. There's a lot more moving parts in an orchestra, and I was lucky. I won the nationals at the Albert Hall in 2005 with Leyland, and you get a trophy like that, you think you can conduct.
Yeah.
You think you've got some, something
Got it.
about
Yes.
you.
Yeah.
You've got it, yeah.
Yeah.
And then it was the next year I won the Norwegian nationals with Stavanger on a particularly avant-garde, angular, not very obvious music. I can't remember what it was. It was called Klang.
Oh, right.
Interesting
and-
title.
yes, which just means sound in Norwegian, klang,
Right.
tone, color. It's about that. It's about colors. And the adjudicator was Jim Gourlay, and he said to me, "Oh, you should think about doing orchestral conducting." So I went to the Scottish Academy, and honestly, on a master's degree on conducting, I thought, having won the nationals, that I knew what I was doing or had an idea, and I was drowning for the first 3 months
Wow.
in the information that I was receiving and the demands on me. Just the language of gesture, how you move, affecting how people play, and how to exert control over players just by the way you move.
But what an experience,
It was like a secret language, and I can only describe it like going from sepia tone into full high definition color.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and actually, it really helps my brass conducting because I can apply techniques that I would use in front of string players, and it actually relates to how the air goes through an instrument, a brass instrument, and actually brass players can relate to it. So it's interesting.
The other one there is you have got a book or a system out there, haven't you, as well, for the way of conducting. I've seen some
Yes,
of the videos.
I do. The genesis of that was when I was conducting the Stavanger band. We worked with 2 psychologists for 12 months. And the 2 psychologists we had were responsible for getting the Norwegian football team back to the World Cup. And the parallels between sports psychology and playing a brass instrument in a brass band, preparing for a contest, is very similar. There's lots of parallels. And the study was about rehearsal productivity, maximizing it. And it boiled down to the first 10 minutes of a rehearsal being really important as to how much information a player can retain. And brass bands normally, traditionally, would play a hymn tune at the beginning of a rehearsal to warm up. So the Messanoic method that I've got is based on that principle. Use a hymn tune or chorale at the beginning of a rehearsal, but not just play it through. You have to challenge the players. So music's very subjective. My dynamic mezzo forte, I know how much energy I'm going to put into my instrument to play mezzo forte, mine. But I don't know about you guys. I don't know how much energy you use to play your mezzo fortes. So we'll have 3 different mezzo fortes between the 3 of us.
Yes.
You need to take time to talk about balancing that and adjusting so that we get a collective mezzo forte that works. That's just one dynamic. But you can do that. You can talk about these things in the first 3 minutes, 5 minutes of your rehearsal. And that's a building block for your ensemble. And also things like, accents, tenutos, martellatos, they mean something to me, but they don't mean the same thing to everybody else. So the Messanoic method is about standardizing all of those ideas and installing good, solid bass keystones in the structure so that a band has a culture about them and they do things by default. And that's all a framework that can be worked on in the first 5-10 minutes of a rehearsal. It becomes good practice. And I remember doing my Messanoic method before it was published. I started with Foldens in 2018. And my second rehearsal with them, I spent 1 hour playing a chorale with them. And I went through my method. They looked at me like they were going to rip my arms off. But, when I did all that and we agreed on dynamics and articulations and things like that, I said, okay, just spend 30 seconds and look at your part and see if you can apply the knowledge that we've just done into your part and plan your moves, even dynamics, all that. And we played the piece and it was like I had done 8 hours of rehearsal on the piece without even looking at it. It was a completely different performance.
Yes, sure.
Very interesting.
And then they won. It was Handel in the band. and then they won the nationals.
Yes.
Wow.
There you go.
I've always got this mezzo piano is the one for me because it's slightly louder piano and not as loud as where
is it?
it's that awkward one, isn't it? I always found that's the awkward
It
one
is,
for
and
me.
I use the analogy of having a microphone in the room, and a mezzo piano dynamic is a dynamic that wants to kind of stay on the stage. So it's like having a sound cone over the band and a microphone just above the conductor's head. And if everybody focuses the sound to that point in the room, you get a lovely mezzo piano.
Oh, that's good.
But it's a visual aid.
Yeah.
And you can apply that whatever hall you walk into. Sitting on a stage, there's the podium, the mezzo piano. I want to keep that sound on the stage. Boom.
Yeah.
And you work it out from there.
I'll be getting you a book for my wife because she conducts she's the principal in our band. But
Great.
But she's conducting a band near where we live. There's only a few of them, but she really enjoys doing it. And
I only said last week to her, didn't I?
yeah,
Russell,
you did. Yeah,
Russell's the man.
You did,
Get
yeah.
his method. Yeah.
So I'll pass it on
But
to her.
it's not rocket science, but we're so keen to get onto the music and the repertoire. It's about building the band.
Yeah.
So the book's not about conducting; it's about band building.
Yeah.
And it just develops that culture within the band. I write at the beginning in the blurb about creating hive mind thinking.
Yeah.
And that's what it is. Everybody seeing a visual
As a
sign
collective.
and reacting the same way
Yeah.
at the same time. That's very powerful if you can get 35 people to do that or 25 people to do that.
Yes.
And to quote a famous movie, it could be like the Borg in Star Trek, because they're a hive community, weren't
Well,
they?
it kind of that's it. And
Collective.
when you think about the ensemble, that's what you're trying to create. Everybody doing the same thing at the same time, pulling in the same direction.
It's like you were saying, it's note lengths, isn't it, and things like that. Everyone's got a different perception of note lengths and things.
Yes. And the Messanoic method, Messanoia is a made up word, and it's the derivative of a Greek word, metanoia. And the metanoic example, the best example of that is the Oxford and Cambridge boat race.
Yeah.
Where you've got a team rowing in a straight line at this, and the pitch of the paddle and the speed and everything's in synchronized motion.
Yes.
That's metanoia.
So it's as one. They're all doing exactly the same, and
Exactly. And the Messanoic method just sounds Messanoia sounds a little more musical. That's all.
It does.
But it's the same principle as metanoia.
I will definitely get it,
yes.
and then I can read it and pass it on to the wife.
Sounds like a nice
She can wait
Christmas
to-
present
yes.
for someone, I
One
think.
sorted.
Yeah, they're not too large. The books, they're easy to wrap up.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, that's it. And my publisher is working on it to become a PDF downloadable
Oh wow, that's good.
thing. So, because I'm working a lot more in America, and if it's going to spread around, that's the best way to do it, is just to be able to click a button, buy it, click a button, download it.
We're in an electronic world now, aren't we, Russell?
Yes.
We are, and Brexit hasn't helped with transferring music across borders. It gets very difficult.
Yes.
Indeed.
So come January, it's going to be in a PDF
Great stuff.
form.
Nice one.
Sounds good.
A late Christmas present then.
Yes.
Yes.
So you're a very busy man by the sounds of it, and conducting.
There's lots going on. There's
Yeah.
lots going on. Yeah. I do enjoy the varied life that I have. And then occasionally little gaps appear, which is nice. I like having a couple of days off.
Yeah.
That's good. I allow myself the space. But sometimes I have a little bit of space creeps up in my diary, which is, I'm in a bit of a middle of a moment now.
Yeah.
And so what I'm doing is, taking on some students, offering lessons.
Great.
Surprisingly, Zoom lessons, online lessons work
Wow.
for
Okay.
conductors.
Yeah, sure. Is that
Because
do
we're
they
not
work?
actually.
Yeah. Do they work better for conductors than players? The
I
online
think so.
Zoomy
I
ones,
thi-
I suppose. Yeah.
Well, if you've
Yeah.
got if you're playing, you've got to have the right equipment
yeah.
to be able to get a good sound quality.
Okay.
The bandwidth
Yes.
is. Well, I think we're getting there, and it is possible, but not many people have got the right microphones.
Okay.
So I find instrumental teaching online a challenge.
Yeah.
And I was a little bit dubious about doing it for conductors, but I did a project in Lithuania a couple of years ago about teaching conductors how to teach conducting. And it was a very interesting project, and we did it online, and surprisingly, it really worked, because we're talking about movement, and we're talking about score analysis, and we're maybe reviewing a video
Yeah.
that's done separately. So teaching conducting online actually works. I quite enjoy that.
Good to hear.
And when I have students, if it's instrumental, they'll I'll come to their house or they come to my house. It's quite nice. It's social. It's
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll sign you up for the wife then. You can do some conducting with you.
Yes.
good. Happily.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Great.
I mean, it's been great to talk to you. It really has. It's been so nice, especially for me.
It's been a pleasure. Thanks so much for
Yes.
creating the space and allowing me in to
No,
talk
thank
to
you,
you.
Russell.
No, thank you.
By all means, and if you want to get in touch with Steve, if you ever need anything, and we can promote it, we're just getting started with the podcast, but we're getting quite a bit of interest now. So
Good. Well, good luck to you both.
yeah.
Yeah. Thank you.
All right.
So thank you very much.
I'll enjoy the rest of my evening off. It was nice to wave my wife off to band, and I can stay home.
Even better. Great.
She's out working,
Yeah.
and I've got my feet up on the couch.
Oh,
Well-
that's good. And
Lovely.
Well, say hello to Marika from me anyway as well.
I will do.
Oh,
Yeah,
thanks,
thanks very
Russell.
much.
Thank you
All
very
right,
much.
you have a good night.
yeah,
Thank you.
and you.
Thank you.
Thank you
Take
again.
care.
Bye
Take
now.
care.
Bye.
Bye now. Bye.
That was great, guys, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was great catching up with Russell. It's just great to speak to him. He's such a nice guy.
Yeah, it was really nice, and
He certainly came across, and I thought it was fantastic, the information on conducting. It's
Yeah.
a different way of looking at it, that, and it'll be very, very interesting for a lot of conductors out there.
well, I mean, he was talking about his tour, and I hope he does come to North Wales, and if I can get to
Yeah.
go and listen, that'd be great. But a big thank you, Russell. That was appreciated a lot, and thank you very much, and the best of luck with everything that you've got planned
Yeah.
in the future.
Definitely.
So it's a bye from me.
And it's bye from me.
Goodbye from Doug.